Hello and welcome back to Vikings or V-Hawks podcast, where the Vikings looking pretty good. Our Q bus quarterback right there. Let's get into some rankings here. Okay. I was gonna see. Okay, so we just had some little swapping around to do. Um, See, I had the Bills at 2 last week, and I didn't feel like they did enough to lose that spot. I had the Vikings and Eagles tied at 1 last week, so I had to drop them below the Bills and the Lions. So but other than that, we got the pretty much the same. Uh, Chiefs and Packers switched on ours. Steelers are still higher on yours, but so we have this. Okay, we have the same 10, so that's
Yeah.
that's good. So should have a few swaps here and there.
Lions, I wasn't going to kill them for their loss to the Bills. It was a high scoring game. The Lions are still trying to get defensive players back. Um, but then they come into this week and then a team who they almost lost to on Thanksgiving, they come in and basically smack, and it wasn't really that close. Vikings I moved up to 2. Bills I put down to 3 just because of their struggles with New England. Yes, it's division, but still, you got to take care of business, and they almost failed to. Eagles, I moved down to 4. Wasn't going to kill them too bad for the loss to the Commanders. It's just going to depend on how is Jalen Hurts' health. If that concussion is going to last longer than what they need, that might lose them at least the 1 seed, and that could affect their seeding as well. I guess the lowest they can go is, yeah, the lowest they can go is the 2, but
Yeah.
still 1 versus 2 is a big difference. Um,
Actually, I'm not. If the Commanders win out and the Eagles lose out, I'm not sure who wins that because they'd both be at 12 wins. So that'd be interesting to see if the Commanders could take it, but I doubt it. Um, but yeah, I was the same as you. It's like if I'm assuming Jalen Hurts is going to be all right, then the Eagles can bounce back. But if he's not going to be all right, then the Eagles would probably be lower on my list as well. So I feel bad for the Ravens. You guys are really good. I'd like to tie you with a few teams up there, but we're trying not to do ties. So
they've also had their deficiencies compared to these other teams. Chiefs, you keep winning close games. You're not going to fall out of the top 10, but you're not going to be in the top 5. Um, Packers up to 7. We will say we are recording this on Monday. The Packers Saints game have not happened yet. So if they lose to the Saints, they would definitely be dropping. But as we do not know what they are right now, this is where we have them if they win.
yeah, if they lose, normally they'll go to 9 on my power rankings, and Chiefs, Rams, and Commanders will each move up a spot respectively. Now, if they get smacked, they're probably off the top 10.
Yeah.
Which I hope doesn't happen because that means they'll come in and crush us. So, um, but that's basically what my list would be if those two things were to happen.
Yeah. There's honestly the top 10 is pretty much set. There's not probably going to be that much difference unless somebody gets smacked next week. Um,
That's gonna be us. We always split with the Packers, so
as long as you don't get blown out by 40.
that happened last year, but we were on quarterback 5, so
Yeah.
maybe just maybe we'll be able to do well.
Yeah.
Oh
That's our
man.
rankings. Not much difference, just the order of not who we have up there, but the order of what we have is different. That's
And
kind of
even then the biggest difference was Steelers and Rams at 8 and 10, I think. So
nothing too horrendous, which I think that's fair. We're not going to pull a Perna and put the Carolina Panthers at 1. Um,
yeah, no.
but
Wait a minute. I thought the Raiders were going to be at 1.
that's the Giants.
They didn't win though.
Still, they're winning the Tank Bowl.
We should make a top 5 worst teams or top 10 worst teams, but
We'll do that. We'll do that at the end of the year
there we go.
because we're going to need something to talk about between the playoffs, especially if Seattle's out. So,
Right. That's
yeah.
true. Hey, look at it this way. For your half of the podcast, if they don't make it, you can have creative freedom with what you want to talk about for your half.
What do you think I'm doing, anyways?
Well, I mean, if they make it, you have to stay Seahawks. But if they don't do it, then talk about whatever you want.
There were several weeks that I only talked about the Steelers.
That is true.
Kind of like last year, who were you on? You switched to a different team. It might have been the Texans or somebody, or Detroit. Um,
I don't think I swapped to a different team. I just picked the Packers to win every game. And I picked against us in almost every game.
yeah, that'll be it for the power rankings, and we'll be back for our predictions for week 16 and have a
Week
good
17.
Christmas.
But
Peace.
yeah, Skull.